HSP presents The Pulse. And now with your hosts, Dr. Quack and the important one, Mr. Mayhem.
Hey, what's up, everybody? That's right, I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem, and welcome to The Pulse as we discuss...
Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop and roll. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.
That's right, folks, the Crucible Challenge, which is going to be airing tomorrow. The pre-show starts at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be right here on the Heart and Soul promotion page. You can also check us out on Facebook. Check us out at the Dr. Quack Podcast. But, of course, I'm not here to talk about this show alone. We've got some people coming on with us. As always, he's the promo Damas, Brick Johnson. And, Brick, I know you have to take off here a little bit early. You got some other stuff you need to be taking care of. But we'll get a few things out of you. We know you're a busy man. Also coming on here, he's a favorite here at the Dr. Quack Podcast and Heart and Soul Promotions. We love having him on here. Please welcome him to the show, the Young Gun.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It's been a while since I've been able to bless the Pulse, but I'm very excited for tomorrow night, so I wanted to grace the screens.
All righty, and he's coming on here. We always love to talk to him. Right now, he's docile, so he's known as John. We
the heart of the
right
Pulse
now, which is a great thing. And a new member joining us here on a little bit of panel today. He's new to Heart and Soul. He's been making some strong impressions here. He wanted to come on and do some analysis work. Please welcome BoJack Grizz.
What's going on, man? I'm happy to be here.
Welcome, everybody. So we're talking about the Gauntlet Challenge, or Crucible Challenge, excuse me. I just want to go over the matches for everybody in case this is the first time you're checking it out. We've got the Heavy Metal Maniac taking on Mad Dog. This is a return match. These guys didn't get to face off. We got you, sir, Mr. BoJack Grizz, taking on Jack Snow. That's going to be a great match. The Maverick and the Young Gun. That's going to be another great one. This match, which would just about be a main event if there was not a title shot, Heathen and the American Roughneck. We've got the Purge and Mary Sue. Mary Sue finishing off her European tour. We've got Hodgson and Negan figuring out who's going to be the #1 contender for the Soulfire on June 22nd. Damian Cross, Hollywood Haywood, the title match. And maybe we might have a bare bones no holds barred match with Rig and the Villain. We don't know yet. The representation for Rig said Villain to be in the ring. We'll find out. So I don't know what's going on with that. Brick, what have you heard anything new about what's going on with this situation here?
Nah, they're keeping it pretty tight shut. I haven't heard anything at all. There haven't been any echoes. I haven't got any oops or slip ups. They're keeping it pretty tight.
Alrighty, and BoJack, you're the security for the Highway Hellraisers. Have you heard anything from your? Oh no, you haven't heard anything either. I gotcha. So, John, I know you and the villain are tight. Have you heard anything from the villain?
I have not. I was told that the villain is going to be showing up here hopefully within the next half hour, and he told me I better be off the screen in that time. So I guess you'll find out what the villain has to say in around a half hour or so.
All right. And then there's one other big thing we've got here, and I want to make this known to everybody here. We have two members that are in, or excuse me, three members here that are in the Gauntlet Challenge. The Gauntlet Challenge is now going to have 7 members instead of 8. The reason is Sir Captain has been invited to tea with the Queen Mother on the day of the Gauntlet. And we fully understand if you're invited to high tea with the Queen and that he is a knight, he's an OBE, that we fully understand. So the championship committee has excused Sir Captain from this match and will reward him because of this is a high honor. He will be rewarded a future title shot of his choice. He has not made that known at this time. So I just want to make that known. Sir Captain is having high tea and will not be in the Gauntlet Challenge. And we have 2 members of the Hellraisers here. Please welcome the other one, the Heathen. So, Heathen, you heard that in the back. What's your thoughts on Sir Captain being able to go to high tea before we make it around up to the break?
Now, I'm just now catching up to everything that's going on. What exactly happened?
The Sir Captain had to step away from the Gauntlet Challenge because he's having high tea with the Queen.
Is that just another excuse for chickening out? I guess. I mean, that's kind of what.
No, we received the official correspondence from Her Majesty herself, so we know this is an official invitation.
Be that as it may, if that's what they want to call it, then I guess that's what we got to call it. But I mean, to me, just another coward in the business. Just saying.
Hey, Heathen, I have a question for you.
What's that?
What happened to that beautiful silver title that you'd always have on your shoulder? I'm kind of missing it right now.
Sitting right here.
Okay, I miss it on that shoulder of yours. It looks pretty.
Well, it's sitting right here because as of late, it's too much for even me to carry. So I had to expand.
Okay.
All right.
It still looks very beautiful, by the way. I just have to say that.
Maybe it's too heavy for you. Maybe you need someone else to pick it up and carry it for you.
Wow.
So Brick,
find out
on this Sir Captain situation.
I don't like it at all. I want to petition that, but I can't. Management already made their decision. I think he gets to have tea with the Queen, which is a good honor. Don't get me wrong, but then he gets a future title match out of that when I have to face 6 other people just to get a title match, and I'm retired, but yet I'm still here participating, and yet he's having tea and he gets out of a easy. He gets pretty much scot-free to go get a future title match. So
that's a fair argument. I was not part of this board meeting, so this decision was made without my influence as the vice president. So championship committee has spoken. I agree with you. I think there should have been something else, but the championship committee has spoken. Young Gun, your thoughts on this, since you're a member of that gauntlet?
I don't care. It don't matter who I have to face in that gauntlet. I only got one thing on my mind, and that's a pure heart championship match. I don't care who I have to run through, whether they're on the screen, not on the screen, if they're competing tomorrow, or if they're competing at the end of the month. I don't give a damn.
But you haven't faced the bricks, so you know what's going to happen. You're going to run into that brick wall.
You can say that 5 minutes is sexy for somewhere else, man.
And
5
Jack,
seconds,
you're also
not
in
5
there.
minutes.
I'd like your thoughts on this as well.
I mean, I gotta go with Young Gun over here, man. Him and I don't always see eye to eye, but when he's right, he's right. I don't care who it is. All I can tell Sir Captain is don't forget to keep your pinky up, buddy.
All righty. And so since you're here, Mr. Grizz, we're gonna. Oh, John, go ahead.
So, knowing the villain's not going to be happy to hear about that, because villain in a half hour when he shows up, and we know he's already going to probably be listening to this already. He's going to wonder why didn't he get the opportunity to step in, just like after Kyle hurt himself and Brick got to step in. So that just seems like it's not fair all around, but that's...
I do not have those. I know our arbitrator is checking on that stuff. We're waiting for a final report from our arbitrator. I guess we can add that to the list. So, Bojack, we'll start with your match here. You versus Dax Snow. This is a match that could possibly happen sometime in the gauntlet. We're not saying it is. It's just a possibility. And I want to get your thoughts on Dax Snow and how you feel about this match.
Yo, I'm kind of known for keeping it 100, and I kind of tell it like it is. And right now, I think Dax Snow just bit off a little bit more than he could chew. I mean, ever since the last time he addressed me, and then I had something to say to him, we ain't heard nothing but crickets from the man. So that's got to tell you all you need to know.
All righty. And Brick, what's your thoughts on this match?
I think, Grizz, you kind of bit off a little bit more. You could chew with him. He is the prodigy. He is a former champion. He is pretty strong, so don't take him lightly.
I don't take him lightly, but you go ahead and you keep your eyes glued to that screen and you watch me make an example out of your boy Dex. No.
All righty. And before we go to the young gun with his thoughts on this one, please welcome to the show, Hodgson.
Hey, what's up,
awesome.
HSP?
Welcome.
That's awesome.
So, Young Gun, your thoughts on Bojack Grizz versus Dax Snow, two people you could possibly have to face in the gauntlet.
My personal opinion, this is a sleeper match. I don't think we're talking about this match enough. You have Bojack, who's coming to HSP, and he's really making a name for himself, even though he's aligned himself with them bummy-ass highway Hellraisers. He still came in here, and he's making a name for himself. Then you have another man that I know quite well in the Prodigy, Dax Snow, and he served me my first loss in singles competition here in HSP. And this one's a little close to call. I think this one's going to be maybe a 1 or 2 point margin. But I'm going to give the edge to Dax Snow because he is a little bit hot. So coming in with a little bit of a hot streak as well, I think he's going to come out and get that dub.
All righty. Heathen, I know you're supporting your brother Bojack Grizz here. Do you think he's going to win? But I'd like a little bit more analysis like the Young Gun did. Do you think this is going to be a great match? Is it a sleeper match? Is it going to steal the show? Is it a weak fight? Give us a little analysis here.
I think it's definitely going to be one to watch for sure. And Bojack's going to prove why he's one of the best. That's why he decided to run with us, because when you're one of the best, you run with the best. And Dax Snow, everybody wants to say he's on this hot streak, but I'm not seeing it. I mean, it's the same Dax Snow we're used to seeing. 5-year-old throwing a fit in a shed. Or, sometimes random occasion he'll have a random cameraman. It looks like he's throwing a fit because the camera's all over the place. So when it comes to just about all that, I think Bojack's going to mop the floor with him.
All righty. John, what's your thoughts on this match? I know you're kind of keeping an eye on the camera.
So
go ahead.
This is probably going to be one of those dark horse matches on the card. And you have Dax Snow, if he could sit there, put it all together, and as Heathen was saying, not throw a temper tantrum, he could be a real threat in the HSP. But until he gets past the temper tantrum part of it, we'll see what ends up happening. Then you have Bojack Grizz, who's pretty much coming in hot. Bojack, have you lost since you've been here in the HSP?
Once.
Okay, he only has one loss here in the HSP. Still on fire. Looking now to hopefully go on to the gauntlet on a hot streak more than some of the other competitors, because not every member of not everybody who's in the gauntlet has a match in this card. So some of these people are going to come in cold, and Bojack or Dak has the opportunity to go into this gauntlet match and at the next show riding on a hot streak.
All right. And Hodgson, I know you're kind of keeping an eye on this because you've got a number one contender shot for the July 22nd show. But whoever comes in second, whoever has the most eliminations in the gauntlet that does not win gets that soul-fired shot. So you may end up facing it. So what's your thought on Bojack and Dax?
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I got to go. We got some storms coming in. And, yeah, it's getting kind of rough out there right now. Have a good night, guys.
Right, thank you, Brick.
All right, Brick.
So Hodgson, your thoughts? Oops. Hodgson's been having some technical difficulties here. We'll come back to him here in a little bit. But this is kind of the big match here. This is the one that everybody's talking about. If there was no title match, this would have been one of the main event. Oh, we got Hodgson coming back. Hodgson, can you hear us now, Hodgson? Hodgson, can you hear us? Hodgson, are you able to hear us? All right, so we're still having some technical issues. Hodgson, when you hear us? All right, so anyway, going back, this is one that if this was not no title match, this would be the main event. And it's the other person here from the Highway Hellraisers, the Heathen, taking on the American Roughneck. That is a big match. So, Young Gun, what's your thoughts on this match?
I can't even believe I'm about to say this out of my mouth because I cannot stand this man. I can't even look at my camera right now. And this is how much I cannot stand this man. Me and this man, he's been ducking me, but we ain't gonna talk about that here. It ain't even worth it.
Ducking you.
It ain't even worth it. But Heathen is on one of the most hottest streaks in promo wrestling today. And this is just me looking at this as a fan. From Fed to Fed to Fed to Fed, Heathen has really hit his stride. It's a stride that I personally, as a fan of Heathen, has been waiting for this man to hit for a long time. And now he's finally getting his due. Now here in HSP, he's going up against Roughneck. You know, Roughneck only had one defense of that Pure Heart Championship and lost it, and he's in the Gauntlet match as well, and he has something to prove. But I think Heathen is going to surprise everybody and their grandmama and pull up the win come tomorrow.
Ooh. All right, and before we go to you, please welcome to the show, buy his merch, Bossolini.
Boss.
All right, so John, the Heathen and the American Roughneck.
This match is going to steal the show. I'm still surprised. Yes, I don't like. You said that there's a title on the line, but at the end of the day, this should possibly be the main event of the card. And I'm at that point where I have to agree with Young Gun. Heathen's on a roll that I have not seen in a very long time in the promo business. And I honestly think if as long as Heathen could stay at that level, I don't know how many people could actually touch him at that level. So if you had to ask me who's gonna win the match, as much as I like Roughneck, I'm gonna have to go with Heathen on this one.
All righty, and Bossolini, somebody with some unique perspective on this. You were in that match, that fatal four-way match with Roughneck, and you're one of the few people here who's defeated the Heathen. So I want to get your take on this very big match.
Now, look, this is going to be a very good match. It's going to be a barn burner, a hell raiser. Um, no puns, no puns to fly or the Peter. Um, but the question is going to be: is Heathen going to come out at 110% and don't let those titles that he's holding in every Fed now weighing down? Because we all know Roughneck has a lot to redeem himself for. He was embarrassed in his last match. You know, as the champ coming in last place in a fatal 4-way, which everybody was saying was his specialty. You know, so we expect to have a Roughneck come out at 110%, guns blazing. But like you said, I am a person that have faced the Heathen. I've faced the Heathen a couple of times now, and I know what Heathen can bring. And hey, Heathen, how your voice doing?
I'm good. I'm good to go.
Matter of fact, how your mama and them?
You gonna count it down with me too?
But we all know that it's gonna be a tough match, but it's gonna be close. And if it's not a coin flip, I'm gonna give you a winner to that crazy ass white boy.
White boy. Heathen has to catch his song in a promo game. Change my mind.
Buy my merch.
His merch. So we'll come to you, Bojack, first. Then we'll go to Heathen on this second. So I know you're supporting your boy Heathen. You think he's going to win, but you know you've got this perspective of being there, but also being a fan of promo world. Give us some analysis on this match.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you in on a little secret that some people know that don't know. Heathen and I met. We didn't exactly get off on the right foot. Him and I were opposite ends of the ring of each other, and I know exactly how dangerous this man is, and that's why I accepted the invitation to become one of the Highway Hellraisers, because it's to keep your enemies closer, kind of saying, I'd rather have him on my side than against him. And from a fan's perspective, this man, like everybody else has said, has been on one of the hottest rolls that I have ever seen. And I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. I think Heathen has this one in the bag.
All righty. So, Heathen, I know you're not taking the American Roughneck lightly. You never take your opponents lightly. But give us your thoughts going into this match. How do you feel about this match? A lot of people have been saying this could be a main event anywhere else. Do you agree with that statement, and what's your thoughts?
Was there ever really any doubt when this match was named that it wasn't going to be marquee match? I'm going into this match with every bit of energy that I've got, because American Roughneck, he proved it once why he was the pure heart champion. He's championship material. If you tell me I'm wrong, I'm going to call you a liar. I'm not taking this lightly at all. All I can say is, when it comes to American Roughneck, I'm coming for the jugular out of respect.
All right, and that's definitely the appropriate way to put it. That's going to be an awesome match. I will tell you this. So let's talk about one more here that should be a little bit interesting. Talk about the main event. The Soulfire champion, Hollywood Haywood, undefeated here in Heart and Soul, taking on somebody who kind of came out of nowhere to win this match, Damian Cross. I know, Ethan, I'm going to start with you. You were in that match, and it ended up being two guys from Lifeblood fighting against you. So I kind of want to know your thoughts and how you feel this match is going to go.
It's as I've stated in a hype already. Damian Cross just had to go out and run his mouth, because he won. He pulled what Purse pulled, the win of his life. It happened. I already looked over it, but he had to come out and poke the bear. So it's as I stated in my hype. When Damian Cross loses this match, I'm going to be the executioner, because I've already told it to him. I'll tell him again 1,000 times over. You lose this match to Haywood, I'm coming for your career. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
All righty. And Young Gun, I know you've got your eyes on title belts. I know you're familiar with both of these men. I would like your thoughts on this.
You want me to be perfectly frank with you? I like Damian Cross. I like what he brings to the table as a promo artist. He has a unique style and a unique visual technique. But Hollywood is Hollywood. Let's call it what it is. Hollywood is literally one of the best in the business today. No questions asked, no doubt about it. And I got Hollywood. I got Hollywood pitching a 20, maybe even a perfect 21.
All righty. Well, there are two people here that have that. One is Half Past Black. The other is our Pure Heart champion, A-List Alverson. And in this league, Hollywood Haywood has even defeated A-List Alverson. The only reason he's not going for the belt is by rule, singles champions can only hold one title. Bojack, your thoughts on this match?
Pretty familiar with both competitors here, but kind of like my man Heathen said, Damian Cross poked the bear, and you cross one of us, you cross all of us. So he's going to have to answer for that at some point, and I don't think he's going to be able to dethrone Haywood right now. Haywood is on fire, kind of like my man Heathen, and I just don't see Damian Cross pulling out a win here. I just don't see it. I'm sorry.
All right, it's gonna be a tough match.
It is. It's going to be a great match, and I'm glad I'm going to be able to see it from a very good perspective. You know, I'm interested in every match on the card is going to be great.
Agreed.
I know this is going to be one of those what they call in the wrestling business. It's a locker room sellout. Everybody's going to be up at the curtain, keeping an eye on things, watching. I definitely agree with that, and we'd like to welcome him to the show. I want to get his honest perspective on this one. Welcome, the Villain. Villain, your man John said you were going to be here shortly, and here you are. We kind of tried to poke into it a little bit, find out about the main event that we're supposed to have with you taking on Rig. Have you heard anything else? Anything from Dr. Perpendicular?
All I've heard was be in the ring and you will get your answer. So just like that, I will be in the ring waiting to see if Rig will actually show up.
All righty. And the two other members of the Hellraisers, their lips are sealed. They're not telling us anything.
It's funny being in the middle of all this and all this unfold because I would think the Hellraisers would have more to say to Villain, and they just sitting here quiet. I think this is the first time in the Pulse history we done seen members of the Highway Hellraisers shut up.
See, I don't know all of what's going on with this. This kind of shocked me. So I do want to ask you, Heathen, as one half of the Highway Hellraiser tag team champs, did you see this change coming from Rig when he put the belt on, that he was going to start caring about, hoity-toity, flighty, big-time stuff? Or was this something you knew was coming?
I mean, this is one of his first big title wins. Did you expect him not to celebrate even in the slightest? I mean, I've had to
never
sit
said
back.
he didn't deserve to celebrate.
Well, of course he did. I mean, look what we did. Exactly. So when it comes to the situation going on, unfortunately, we have to keep our lips sealed. We ain't saying nothing, sworn to silence.
And see, I'm gonna have to sit here and admit to this. I actually respect that they're gonna sit there in silence because I'm not gonna expect them to turn on a brother and say, "Yeah, he's gonna show up," or "No, he's not." Why am I going to sit here and expect that, or why I'm going to sit here and rattle another cage when right now I got way too much to worry about, and I just want to get to do something that I gave the man what he wanted, and now he's pulling this. It's you have to understand the frustration level that I am going through.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, on my way in, I'm sitting here listening to the fact that Sir Captain is going to go meet on up with the Queen, have some tea. I'm wondering if he's going to put a little bourbon or rum inside the tea and maybe get a little lucky at the Queen. But the fact that the villain is not offered an opportunity to go into the gauntlet in his place, just like how what was his name? Intern Kyle breaks his leg surfing, and somehow Brick Johnson is getting to take his place. That injustice on that is what's baffling me. So the frustration level is going to continue to grow until things resolve themselves. And obviously tomorrow we're going to get the first resolved case. Will Rig show up? If Rig doesn't show up, I don't even know what's going to happen. We'll just have to find out when it all comes.
I think we will. And I was just about to ask you for that, Heathen. For those of you who have not had a chance to see the tag team titles, we have received them from ORM in Pakistan. And there it is right there on screen. One half of the Heart and Soul Promotions Tag Team Championship.
Hey, Heathen, put that on your shoulder real quick. All right, that thing looks pretty solid.
Oh, she's solid. She's solid.
I will tell you, because unfortunately, because of Rig's travels and Rig big timing us, he hasn't given us a solid address. The other belt is here at Heart and Soul headquarters. If Rig ever reaches out to us and gives us an appropriate address, that we will ship that on to him. That is no disrespect to you in the Highway Hellraisers. It's just our policy to deliver it right to the champion. And then Bojack as security, if he gives it to you, that's how it has to work, unfortunately. So I hope you understand that, Mr. Grizz.
All I can say is, I'm just going to intervene real quick, is it's hard to put an address on wherever you roll in from.
And that's the understandable point. But we want to make sure that pretty title doesn't get lost in shipment either. And as you see, it's a heavy title, so it is a beautiful looking belt. And we do want to thank the American Roughneck, who is the designer and did the design work on all the titles held by all our champions here in Heart and Soul. And we want to also say thank you to ORM. They built all these title belts for us. Great work. Thank you to them.
Hey, Heathen, I want to see you keep that title on your shoulder because it looks pretty damn good on that shoulder. Maybe Rig needs to have you get the other, send the other one to you, and you can flex them both.
Well, see, the thing is, though, bro, I don't have to do that. I don't know how many more times y'all's gonna make me do it, man. I mean, I've got plenty enough on my shoulders.
So you should put that big silver on the waist.
Cause your boy's fat. All right.
But you know what? What's one good silver title without having another good-looking silver title?
There you
All
go.
I'm gonna say is, in that situation, the Heathen's title runs ain't done yet. That's really all I can say. I mean, I still got empty space to fill.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you need more titles on that shelf of yours.
All right, so I want to ask this question now for the next show, the Run the Gauntlet, which is going to be the name of our next show on the 26th. I'm going to start with the two that are in the gauntlet and ask the question a little bit different because I know you both think you're going to win. So the question is, except for you, Young Gun and Bojack Grizz, who do you think has the best shot of defeating you in a fluke win? We'll put it that way so you guys can have a feel on that. And do you guys need the names of the other people in the match with you?
If you don't mind, if you can run them down.
I can do that for you, sir. All right. So we have I got to make sure I find my right page here. It's got all the names here. So we have Dax Snow, you the Young Gun, the Storyteller, the American Roughneck, Bojack Grizz, the Tin Man, and Brick Johnson.
Ooh wee. All right, and this is me looking at a fan perspective. If that's not a stack lineup, if I don't see one, you have three of the best here in HSP: legendary Tin Man, Roughneck, Storyteller. And you have three of the fastest rising stars here in HSP: myself, Jack, Dak Snow. And then you got Brick Johnson. But that's beside the point. The thing is that this is a hard match to tell, but if I had to pick a winner, I would actually have to go with Tin Man. Tin Man, in my opinion, in a live setting like this, oh man, that's the one other than myself I see winning it all be Tin Man.
All right. And Bojack, the same question to you.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it 100% honest. I got to go with the guy who's handed me a loss before. I got to go with the young gun here.
All right. That's good. I agree. And the part of it has to be the luck of the draw. The gauntlet match, just like the WWE version of the gauntlet, the two names coming out, the winner stays, the loser goes on, next person in. So it's kind of the luck of the draw as well. Brick Johnson could be the very last name drawn. We don't know. We're going to find out on the 26th. So now to the Heathen, since you're supporting your man. If it's not Bojack Grizz, who takes it?
I guess now it's about time for me to give the devil his due. If Young Gun can maintain the potential that he's got that I've seen, he can make it all the way through. As I said, I got to give the devil his due. Young Gun, he's a sleeper. People are sleeping on him. The only problem is he wants to continue sleeping on me. But that's another story for another day. When it comes to...
I will agree that Young Gun is definitely one of those picks. When you beat Bossolini, a legend like Bossolini, to get into this, that tells me all I need to know. Young Gun, somebody to watch out for. So, Villain, your thoughts on who you think might be this?
I got to agree with Bojack, and I got to go with Young Gun.
All right. Villain.
It's honestly going to be off of whoever. It's going to be off the draw, and I could honestly see if you have say Tin Man and Storyteller started off. I don't think you're going to beat any one of them from the start. If I have my money having to put into it, Storyteller.
All righty. That's going to be interesting because the winner of that faces A-List Alverson in the main event at the Champion Showcase. We're going to be having 16 matches over those 2 days from 6 companies. Recently, Frontier has a new company that's formed. They're going to be providing us a match or two. So we're going to have lots of matches from different companies. So we have people here that wrestle or that promo for Heart and Soul, who also promo for other leagues. So you're going to see them doing other things from other companies. So we're going to finish with the final thoughts here. Anything you guys want to talk about? This match, the Gauntlet, or the Champion Showcase? Young Gun, we'll start with you.
I want everyone in HSP to pay attention to tomorrow. Y'all have this mystique over a man who kept his mouth shut since this match was announced. Y'all got this mystique over a man who every time it's nut up time, he folds. Maverick, I hope to God, whoever you pray to at night, I hope you're listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth right now. Because tomorrow night, the mask comes off.
All right. Bojack.
Well, I just want to touch on a couple things. First thing I want to talk to Dak Snow. Dak, I want you to get a good night's sleep tonight, and then I want you to wake up. I want you to get yourself a nice big bowl of Wheaties, and I want you to pack a lunch because you're going to need it tomorrow night when you're going up against the likes of the standard Bojack Grizz. And everybody, even you, Young Gun, in this gauntlet, y'all don't know my live capabilities yet. That's a little something I've been keeping on the hip, and y'all about to find out exactly what I'm made of come gauntlet time. So be ready. I'm fired up.
All right. Heathen.
All I can really say is tomorrow night, you're really going to miss out if you ain't watching the show. And I hope the Roughneck brings up the 110 that everybody says that he's got. And we'll see what happens on the other side. It's all in fate tomorrow night, would be a better quote.
All right. Billy, take us home.
Two thoughts on my mind. Reg, I hope you open your ears and I hope you're listening to what's on the screen right now. I pray to God that you're going to show up, because I know if you show up, we're going to tear down the house, maybe open up a cold brewski or two, and like I said, light the whole thing on fire. And for this gauntlet, I will sit here, protest to anyone I have to actually put me in that match, so we continue to raise the stakes even more. Because there are guys in that match that I want to go against because I have to prove them wrong for what they said last week. So that's all I have to say.
The championship committee will be forwarded on your request, and we'll see if that is responded to. I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us for this. Thank you for coming on, giving us your thoughts. Make sure tomorrow you check out the show. Again, the pre-show starts at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be having Mr. Wallace join us as a guest analyst on the pre-show.
Go.
So make sure you check
don't forget, I'm showing up too.
Oh, no one cares,
You're going to be there because I know you're going to be curious on seeing if Rig shows up, and we may also get something from Reverend Gimme Doe. We don't know. You got to find out by tuning in tomorrow, and we'll see you there.
Buy the merch.
Buy the merch.